I came here in 1973
From?
Pittsburgh.
Jack Ballantyne still remembers when he first set foot in the historic Youngstown Playhouse.
I came here, I found out about the Youngstown Playhouse. I came down here when Bentley Lenhoff was here, and he got me involved in my first show, which was Death Trap. And I have been here ever since, off and on. There's been some times I left.
Jack has seen plenty of drama along the way, most of it on the stage and some of it off, but he's loved every minute of it.
50 years.
50 years. I'm one of the few people who was here for the 50th anniversary.
Nice. And then the
That makes
100th
me
too.
old.
If you get to go to the 50th and the 100th.
Right.
As the Playhouse celebrates with its usual lineup of great shows and a gala party next summer, Jack wanted to recognize the history in a more thorough way.
And I said, something big has to be done for the 100th, something bigger than what we did for the 50th. And I talked to Jimmy McClellan, who was operations manager at the time, and laid out my idea of a book. There was only one book at that time, a documentary, and all these interviews, the 39 interviews that we were going to do with Playhouse personnel. Well, he was on board right away.
Next was to talk to videographer Mike Rossi, and he was on board too. So the project was born. That was 8 years ago in an archive room in the basement of this great structure.
So I went in there. I went in there and was met with garbage bags stacked up to the door. So I had to clean the room out before I could even start. But that's where it started. Just cleaning that room out and just rummaging through and starting to find information that I needed to put these two books together.
2 books, one with information and pictures, and a scrapbook with even more photos. It was a lot.
But yeah, I did. I mean, it got to a point sometimes, it just got to be a little bit overwhelming, and then I kind of had to back off a little bit and think about what I was doing and how I was going to handle it. But yeah, it's a huge project.
It took all of the 8 years and then some. He still has some interviews to do, but the books have been well received, just like his ideas to talk to some of the greats that made this place so great.
Oh, they were all in it. They were all for it. We had people come in from Cleveland. We had people that wanted to come in from New York. I mean, we got a lot of the legends. They were all very enthusiastic about it. Probably the most surprising thing was when the Playhouse started in '24. They started hiring in Broadway directors right away. And that was because of Helen Moyer. Helen Moyer had done shows on Broadway. She had all these contacts in New York. She came to the Playhouse, and so she had all these people she could call. She insisted, we have to have Broadway directors come in here and direct. And she was able to make that happen. And for years, they had nothing but Broadway directors that came in all the time.
100 years means a lot of history. And when you see the book is over 500 pages, you know Jack didn't leave anything out.
History is both good and bad. And anything that's been around for 100 years is going to have good, bad, and bad times. So I've gone into both of those. And what I've tried to do when I relate the bad times is I try to get 3 different viewpoints from different people. Okay, what happened in this situation? And I lay those out in the book. And I kind of let the reader decide which do you feel is the most legitimate.
A true labor of love. And you can sense the pride as he sits here in front of those works of art in a place where art has been center stage for more than a century.
Nobody else was going to do it. I will be extremely thrilled to see the reaction of people. Already, now the books haven't been out long enough for actually people to get through this yet. But some people have seen some segments of the documentary, and the reaction we have had has been very, very good. They have all enjoyed it because they said we've learned a lot we didn't know. So it's going to be exhilarating to get that reaction from people, to find out what all's been going on with this theater, not only here but in the other locations we had.